Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your weekly focus for January the 28th to February the 3rd, 2019. My name's Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you, Tilly, for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards. It's intense for energy, so let's see how we can best maneuver through this energy for our success going forward. Here, there we go. I'm shedding. Eight of Swords. Our perceptions are changing. Our perceptions are changing. Let's get out a little bit more information on the board in order to understand this. So, Seven of Wands. You're speaking your truth. You are speaking of where you want to go, of what you want to step into. And your voice is strong this week, so use your voice. Say what you want to say. Throw out ideas, thoughts of your perceptions of what you want going forward. You might actually dissipate an important hurdle through that. Something that you thought was in your way, something that you thought was immovable or was always going to be there as a presence, just dissipates because of your voice. You're attracting people to you. They want to hear what you want to say. Okay, with the Seven of Wands, each one of those wands, it depends on the style of the deck, but those wands represent the people listening to you. They're down below and they're looking up at you and they're listening to what you have to say. And they're intent on supporting you, helping you move forward in some way. We have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is really, this is you summoning in your tomorrow. Four of Cups. Well, right now, where you are when it comes to work, when it comes to career, when it comes to what you're doing, I mean, the one thing I'm hearing the most with Sages is that a lot of Sages, even though Jupiter is in their sign now, bringing in the expansion, bringing in the abundance, they're not feeling it. You are not feeling it. The debt is still there, or the lack of finances or resources or support or time or energy just isn't there yet. So it's about having a patience. It's about understanding what you have to work with. It's changing the prayer from I want $1 million to I want to move forward for the well-being of all. Whatever that is. To not put labels so much on what we have to have, otherwise we feel like there's a lack in our life, or there's something missing in our life, or because when we start to look futuristic, we want to look futuristic and we want to be optimistic about what we can grow, what we can step into, what we can put our discipline behind, our commitment behind, to really bring in the hard work behind, to really bring in the successes. But we can't do that if we start looking at, I've been praying for this for 5 years and nothing's happening, or 10 years, nothing's happening. Neptune has done a number, and Pluto going through your sign, and Saturn going through your sign, has brought a lot of disruption into your foundation, into what you thought was your reality. Things have been stripped away that you're still trying to bring back. So it's the loss of that we seem to gravitate towards, or the lack of we're gravitating towards. And this card is telling us if we really want to go forward in our careers, in our vocation, in awards and recognition and achievement and success, that we have to be grateful for what we have right now in front of us. And that's it. That's where our focus should be, for what, in order to build our gratitude, in order to build our energy, in order to build, and trust me, Jupiter in your sign will bring the expansion of abundance. But, this is the gratitude card, but it's almost like be grateful for what you have right now. with the expectation that with a patience, everything will unfold as planned. And in our relationships, look at this, we got the Five of Cups in our relationships. Once again, it's this focus on lack. It's this focus on not having. What goes wrong in the relationship rather than what goes right in the relationship. Why we are turned off by this person rather than why we are turned on by this person. And it's about, this is really a huge reading for you for and a pivotal moment for you. Let's find out what our last card is. But to the devil, of course it'd be the devil. The transformation. The phoenix rising out of the ashes. You know that you are the phoenix rising out of the ashes. And you might be in the burn down stage right now, waiting to be reborn, waiting for the new birth to happen in your life, the transformation to happen in your life. And so we lay that on top of the Seven of Wands. So it's about talking about the transformation that you are going to experience, not what you already have, but what you are going to experience, and having a belief and a faith that those things are coming into your life. And when you start talking about them, the transformation begins. The phoenix does rise up out of the ashes. It's about, the Seven of Wands is all about speaking your truth, stating your wisdom, talking about your ideas, your growth of what you are stepping into, what you are absolutely stepping into, or not absolutely stepping into, where you are putting your energy, where you are putting your focus. This reading is all about your perception of your reality and the now, and coming to terms with, this is where I'm at. And I'm grateful and happy that I'm here in this moment. It's kind of like people saying, I wish I was as thin as I was when I started complaining that I was overweight, because wow, I'd like to be that overweight again. It's kind of like not being appreciative of what you already have in front of you because you long for something different, something more. And it's okay to affirm that you are walking towards that, but there's this there's this balance that needs to be in play for, but this is what I have to work with now, and this is what I'm going to get determined doing, and I'm going to put my nose to the grind, and the rubber is going to hit the pavement, and I'm going to just dedicate my time and my energy and my resources to doing this one thing properly and moving it forward in the right direction, because I have all the tools right now that I can do this. When I look up, chances are when you look up, that future that you are summoning for yourself will be right in front of you, ready for you to step into it. So we have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups here touching each other, so we have to pay attention to that. Now, the Five of Cups was our relationships. Of course, the Eight of Swords was our first card, and this is really the paradigm shifts, the change in perception. And it's needed right now, I think, in your relationships. Maybe it's to remember why you're in the relationship with that person. And, I don't get it as strongly for you guys, but I have for everybody else. So maybe we're talking a little bit more of your moon or your rising here when I bring it up, rather than Sag as a sun sign. But you can't love, you can't have the expectation of these great wondrous things coming in your life if you truly don't believe that you deserve them, that you're worthy of them. And so something may happen where, you're talking to somebody, and all of a sudden they're getting on board with what you're saying, and they're starting to add to the picture, and all of a sudden, there's this, you back up. Don't back up. Step forward this week. Believe in yourself. Believe in your worth. Believe in your value. And it could be the value of other people in your life. If we're not consciously aware, we could be closing doors on relationships that we actually need to keep open for some reason. So perceptions are definitely going to change. There's a lack of in the relationship. There's a disappointment within the relationship. Maybe you're not feeling as grounded in your home life because of a certain relationship, or in the work environment because of a certain relationship. And so we need to look at that relationship in a new angle, and maybe it's speaking your mind. Maybe that person is being very negative or condescending, or they're attacking your ego in some way, or what you do, or they're challenging you in some way that, by in order to keep the control over you. That could very well be. Or you're trying to control the situation. And so you need to look at it with new eyes this week. Relationships, partnerships, but mostly the love that you give yourself, the commitment you give yourself. Two of Wands with the Four of Cups. I think these two cards together are telling you that the more that you summon in your tomorrow, the more that you will be grateful for, because it starts to show up in your life. I think it's as easy as that. It's the belief that you have enough already, and it's giving you the tools to step forward in a practical way. This could be where you start to see your limitations of what you cannot do. Because and that could really come up with these kind of cards. But also embedded in these cards is, if you are true to yourself and if you put the hard work forward, that you are going to see the success. And it's a matter of patience, believing in yourself. I mean, this year will be a beautiful year for you. And yeah, there's learning curves and there's things that we have to face and confront in order to really move into our new tomorrow. And I think this is one of those weeks where you are opening the doors for your success by your voice, by allowing the transformation to happen, by seeing the value and the worth of the things that already surround you and the people that already surround you, and gaining a new perspective, a new wisdom, so to speak. So, it could be a spiritual wisdom that comes in. All of a sudden, you hear somebody talking, and boom, these lights go off, and you start talking about this idea that popped into your mind. And the next thing you know, everything that you were saddened by, everything that you were saddened by just takes a flip of a total 180. So be very much in the present this week. Make those commitments, talk to people, socialize with purpose. I mean, with the Seven of Wands in the middle like that, you want to get around people, you want to be making those statements, you want to have the open lines of communication to move you forward, to have the support or the opportunities open up to you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.